Health Nuts, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about 10 ways to start a healthy lifestyle. And this video is super exciting because I'm actually collaborating with a few other YouTubers that are all part of Kin community here on YouTube. And we are all doing the Healthy You, Healthy Me collab, where we're sharing our own health and fitness tips with you guys. You know, spring is here and summer is just around the corner. This is the perfect time to kind of set some new healthy habits into your routine. And just like New Year's, spring is a great time to kind of reset everything. All right, so let's hop into the video. Tip number one is to create a morning routine. I honestly started to do this just this year, where I was really adamant about doing it every single morning. And you really just want to pick like one or two self-care practices that you start your day with every day. And that can be as little as just making the bed and drinking a big glass of water, or you could be journaling. There's so many different things you can do depending on how much time you have, your lifestyle. I know a lot of busy moms are like, I don't have time to do that. But even if you have 5 minutes to just do something for you first thing in the morning, it makes such a difference. It really sets your day on a more calm, positive and focused note, and you're actually going to be more productive, happier, and just feel really good about the day. My second tip is to never skip breakfast. And you might not believe this if you have followed me for a while. I actually used to hate breakfast. I would be one of those like coffee and bagels or just coffee and that's it kind of girl. And when I started to date Matt, I remember he was like, you need to eat breakfast. Like he was doing oatmeal and smoothies every day. And I just really was skipping breakfast and I felt so tired in the morning. I didn't feel great or productive at all in the morning. And ever since I started eating breakfast, I actually now wake up hungry. And breakfast for me usually looks like a big green smoothie, or I love oatmeal lately since it is still colder here in Toronto. A big bowl of oatmeal with tons of toppings is amazing first thing in the morning. Some people like avocado toast. You can really just switch it up. I'll go through phases where I'll just have oatmeal or I'll just have green smoothies for quite a while, and then I'll eventually switch it up. But as long as you're eating a healthy breakfast every single morning, it's so crucial to having a healthy lifestyle. Now, my third tip is to get in greens every single day. I cannot stress this enough. I feel like a lot of people don't eat enough vegetables and greens. Green food is so cleansing, alkalizing for the body. It's energizing, and you really can't eat too many greens. I feel like it's the one food that you can't eat too much of. Really try to get a variety, but how I like to get my greens in are green smoothies. It's such an easy way to sneak some green power into your day. And then I also just love to have big salads. And you can also, if you don't like a cold salad, which sometimes people don't, you can also just like saute some vegetables and then put them over top of a plate of greens. That's another great way. You can actually just take your regular dinner, if it's like pasta or something, and plate it over greens. And that's a great way to kind of warm up your greens, make it easier to eat them. And yeah, so those are a couple of ways. You could do salads, smoothies, or a plate of greens with your pasta or dinner on top. My next tip is to move your body every single day. And for different people, it can mean different things. Sometimes it can mean, you know, morning yoga stretch. Sometimes it can mean just like an afternoon walk. It could mean a really intense workout at the gym. For me, moving my body can mean, you know, just doing some yoga or stretching. It can mean a nice long walk. Sometimes it can mean a really intense like HIIT workout. I love going to classes because you can just kind of follow along with the instructor and then not even think about it. And sometimes you're pushing yourself a lot harder than you would if you were just to work out by yourself. And one thing to remember, even if you're heading to the gym and you're dreading it, is that like no one ever left the gym and said, oh, I wish I never went. Like no one ever said that. You always feel amazing. You have more endorphins, you feel energized, and it makes you sleep really, really well. So if you have trouble sleeping, trust me, work out every single day, move your body, release some of that, you know, unneeded energy, and you will have a way better night's sleep. My next tip, which some of you may not like, especially if you have a sweet tooth, is to cut out the processed sugars. This also means those like artificial sweeteners that say they have 0 calories, and they're just not good for you. And there's so many healthy substitutes that you can be using instead. You know, if I'm looking for a sugar replacement in baking, I'll use coconut sugar, maple syrup, honey. Those are great sugar alternatives. There are so many healthy recipes online nowadays that there's no reason that you can't still enjoy a sweet treat without compromising, you know, your health. So I will do a whole dessert playlist down below so you guys can get lots of awesome ideas. So don't worry, healthy eating doesn't mean you have to get rid of donuts, cupcakes, and ice cream. Trust me, there are all healthy substitutions for all of those foods. Now, my next tip is something that I've really been doing this year. I started doing it in January, and it is positive affirmations and journaling. And this can look different for everybody. You know, for me, journaling in the morning has really been a great way to kind of just put positive thoughts into my mind, things I'm grateful for, things I want to accomplish. And it's basically just a conversation with yourself. And I find it's made a huge difference on my outlook on life, things that I've accomplished. It's kind of like a vision board, but something you're doing every single day. So that could be your affirmations. It could be on a vision board that you look at every single day. It could be sticky notes that you write, like positive sayings that just make you feel good. Though you can put them on your computer screen, you can put them on your bathroom mirror that you see every single day. And it's just a great way to really ingrain those positive messages into your mind and into your life, because I've mentioned it before, your body and your mind only knows what you tell it. So if you're always telling like, I hate my thighs, I'm not smart, I'm never gonna get this job, then that is what your mind and your body are gonna believe. So it's so important to kind of change those bad thinking habits with positive ones. Even if you don't believe that, you know, you're fit or you're smart, writing those on paper and putting it in a visible spot is really going to help kind of trick and train your mind into thinking that more positive way. My next tip is to get some relaxation. And once again, this could look different for everybody. And for me, you know, it's really just taking time away from technology and taking time to like either read a book, whether it's an audiobook or an actual physical book. I've been loving audiobooks lately. I'm reading The Universe Has Your Back from Gabrielle Bernstein. I will link it down below. And if you guys have never used audible.com, they actually give you a free book for your first like 30-day trial. So I'll link it down below and you guys can try it out and maybe read the book that I'm reading. And then another way is to maybe just sit quiet and meditate. There are so many good apps now. I really like Headspace if you're just a beginner. There's tons of YouTube videos out there if you want to do a 5-minute, 10-minute, 1-hour meditation session. There is everything online nowadays. And yeah, it's just taking some time for yourself away from the chaotic stresses of life and really just taking some time to relax and wind down. My next tip is to hydrate, guys. Hydration is so important. When people tell me they don't like water or they don't drink any water, it breaks my heart because I'm just like, your body is like made up of all water. So it's so important that you're drinking water every single day. And you may not feel like you're thirsty, but once you actually are thirsty, that is, your body is already dehydrated. So you just wanna make sure you're sipping on water throughout the entire day. And if you don't like water, there are so many ways to flavor it. You could add a little bit of like pure juice, like cranberry juice or tart cherry juice to a big liter of water. You can also add in some chia seeds. You can also just squeeze a little bit of lemon juice in there. I drink anywhere between 1.5 to 2 liters a day. I don't really think about it too much. I just try to drink water throughout the entire day so that way I don't get to that like I'm actually thirsty state. My next tip is to take vitamins. Now, I know some people think they're too expensive, they don't do anything, and they're just not necessary, but I really feel like in today's day that our food doesn't have the same nutrients as it once did. So for me, it's a daily practice to make sure that I'm having, you know, multivitamin, B complex, vitamin C, all these different vitamins to help make sure that all my stores are fueled and replenished, because a lot of people have deficiencies that they don't even know of. Because, you know, if you're someone who's tired all the time or you're just having weird symptoms, it could be because you're deficient in something. So just really depending on where you live and what your lifestyle is like and what foods you're eating, I just think everyone should be taking good quality vitamins, and that may look different for everybody. I happen to take a few different vitamins because I, in the past, have been deficient in a few things, and I feel like it's made a huge difference. But like for the average person, just even having a really good quality multivitamin is a great way to just make sure that you're topping up on anything that your food isn't giving you. Now, my last and final tip is to switch out your products for non-toxic ones. There are so many options nowadays, and I really feel like a lot of people don't even realize that what they're putting on their skin is actually getting absorbed into their bloodstream. It's so important to make sure that products that you are using every single day, like toothpaste, moisturizer, mouthwash, whatever you're using every single day, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, that you try to switch to cleaner products. There are so many now on the market. It used to be like to get a clean shampoo meant you're gonna have greasy, gross hair. There are so many options now. I will link some of my favorites down below. There is a bit of a transition phase. Sometimes, you know, you're used to using things that work very strongly and are full of fragrances and all that stuff, and they smell nice, and they maybe have fillers in them that make them feel like they're doing more. But I'm telling you guys, when you find clean, non-toxic products that really work, you feel so much better about using them. It's better for the environment. Your skin will glow. If you're trying to get healthy and remove toxins, it really doesn't help to be loading your body with toxins every single day. So yeah, Matt and I really try to make an effort that anything that we're buying for cleaners and stuff, that it's not harming the environment, and that it's also like healthy and safe for us to be using every single day. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys got some good, healthy tips that you guys will start using in your own life. And be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps my channel out. And don't forget to subscribe. I post 3 times a week, Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays now on my channel. And be sure to go over, give some love to the other girls that are part of this Healthy You, Healthy Me collab. Subscribe to their channels. Some of them I've been watching for so long now, so it's really cool that we all got to get together and film this collab. And it's a perfect time of the year because everybody wants to get healthy for spring and summer. So hopefully these help you out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!